There's not a deal to end the war with Russia, an agreement to give the U.S. access to lucrative rare earth minerals there. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent tells Fox's Hannity.
We have a chance to participate, get some of the funding and the weapons, compensation for those, and be partners with the success of the Ukraine people.
Fox's Doug Luzader reports.
The idea behind this is to give the U.S. compensation and offer Ukraine protection, perhaps laying the groundwork ultimately for a ceasefire deal between Ukraine and Russia. And then there is the economy. We learned yesterday that GDP declined a bit last quarter, but the president is talking about new investments.
The companies represented in this room have collectively announced more than $2 trillion in new investments, and we have a total of close to $8 trillion all told.
Now, the Democrat President Trump defeated in November spoke out last night. Former Vice President Kamala Harris in San Francisco said the president's abandoning America's ideals and praised people resisting with big anti-Trump May Day protest plan nationwide today.
The courage of Americans who are banding together in the face of the greatest man-made economic crisis in modern presidential history.
There will be protests today in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where some college students aren't happy the president will show up today.
President Trump will appear at what the University of Alabama is calling a ticketed, not required event for graduates prior to the school's commencement weekend. The president announced last week he would be giving a commencement address. This week, the school said he would be joined by the university's former football coach, Nick Saban.
Fox's Colonel Scott. Kuwait has set 10 Americans free, bringing the number of detainees released the past 2 months to 23. Some of them U.S. military contractors and veterans held on drug charges and other alleged crimes. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What your governor is saying about his first 100 days in office. Nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 67 degrees. However, we have a line of showers moving in from the southwest. They should be here in a little under an hour. Your high today, 71. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02.
Don't ever mistake that you got to have more money to do things better with.
That's Governor Mike Braun reflecting on his first 100 days in office at an event on Wednesday and how the budget bill that's sitting on his desk could affect the health care services that you get from the state.
When you come up with better ideas, you may need more money to invest, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in most cases, when it comes to government, you got plenty of money. You just got to learn how to spend it better.
And the new state budget gives local public health departments about $40 million each year instead of the $100 million a year that Hoosier political leaders first planned. An IU grad student is facing intimidation charges. Police say Maria McComish sent Christmas cards to members of the IU Board of Trustees demanding that they use their power to cut the university's ties to the killing of Palestinians in Gaza. She's charged in several counties, including Hamilton, Monroe, and Hendricks. The economy and the U.S. military are the focus of the Ships for America Act.
And that's a bill that Indiana Republican Senator Todd Young said he's co-sponsoring. I'm John Herrick. At the Hudson Institute in Washington Wednesday, Young said this act will help strengthen America's shipbuilding capacity, guard against threats from China, and work more closely with allies who have valuable capital.
We need to invite in, after the capital is deployed and these shared investments are made, we need to invite in expertise.
It sets a goal of expanding the U.S. merchant marine fleet to 250 ships within 10 years. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And rain is in the forecast. We'll talk about that coming up in a minute. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together. In 1 minute, it's 6:04.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
Summer heat is coming. Will your air conditioner be ready? Don't risk an expensive breakdown. A quick tune-up from B&W catches problems early and keeps your family cool and comfortable. Join thousands of Hoosiers who trust B&W. Call 317-214-0108 or go to bplusw.com today.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Southbound 69 in Fishers, we have a stall blocking the left lane at State Road 37, not causing a delay because we don't have a lot of people out here at the moment. And on the northeast side, 75th Street still closed from Graham to Benford Boulevard because of nickel plate trail construction that's going on until May the 7th. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What are you doing?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. Watching some rain right now. Very light rain in the western parts of the state, slowly moving east. It's not, super heavy, but it may be enough to get the windshield wipers moving here for your morning drive. We're going to be watching some of these isolated showers and thunderstorms potentially, especially as we head into the afternoon hours. Could have a few gusty storms in eastern Indiana. Today's high around 73. Rain chances will slowly wind down late tonight. We're mostly cloudy overnight, a low of 58. Friday, cloudy skies. We'll see a return of showers for the midday and afternoon hours tomorrow, a high of 72. We've had to make some unfortunate changes to the forecast this weekend as a cutoff low is going to form over the Midwest. That will bring us
Hold on, stop.
Oh, I'm stopping.
A cutoff load?
Cutoff low. L-O-W. A low pressure.
Low.
Cutoff low.
Cutoff
Yes.
low. What is
low?
How do you define that? What is that?
So it's an area of low pressure, but it is cut off from the upper-level weather pattern or the upper-level weather flow, which in most of North America kind of goes from west to east. So basically what that does then is there's nothing to move it for the next few days. So that's why they call it a cutoff low. It's cut off from the upper-level flow.
Oh. So this means we get rain.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it comes in kind of waves just because that system will just spin overhead. Saturday, I think the mini marathon is probably going to be dry, just kind of gloomy. I'm a little more concerned about Rev in the evening. I think that might have potentially chances for rain. It's also going to be notably cooler, probably highs in the mid-60s on Saturday, and even cooler still on Sunday. And Sunday's probably going to be our best rain chances, and it'll be just kind of on and off throughout the day. And we may be lucky to get to 60 for a high on Sunday. So, yeah, pretty significant change. Not a good one here for this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not going to Rev because of the arm, and I gave my tickets to Tara Hastings, and now you're saying I gave her tickets for a rainy day. That's basically what you're saying.
There's some irony in that, is there not?
It's kind of funny. It's kind of tee. It's kind of. Oh yeah. I tried to do good. I did. It's not my fault. Weather's your problem.
And hey, listen, and I know you'll talk to her next hour. She is super excited. She was gone when the package was delivered yesterday, so I took a picture for her, and she was pretty excited. You made her day, so yeah.
I want to know how you guys didn't get invited to begin with. Like you're very important people.
Like someone like me, Tony, I'm not invited to those kind of events.
That's nutty. That is nutty.
Yeah. Like the Delaware County Fair. Those are the kind of things I get invited to.
Well, you understand, I only got invited because of a misspelling. They thought they were sending it to Bob and Tom. And they put an N.
I get that. Okay. Yeah.
Put an N instead of the M, and next thing you know, I'm getting invites.
Yeah.
Right.
It all works out, though.
This time, because I'm going to be dry.
That's correct.
Stop the rain, if you would. Talk to your people. Get that done.
Trying to work
that right there.
We'll
That's Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. We appreciate you, Marcus. Thanks so much. Well, right now, we've got 66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:09.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County's Spring Nursery headquarters.
The lieutenant governor went on Kendall Casey to let everybody know that he doesn't care what you think of him. I mean, I have that part correct, don't I? I mean, it was kind of like his own words.
The baby out with the bathwater. We've got a shot here to fix this, and we've got to stay united. It's like you guys, after if this was the Battle of Lexington and Concord, you would have said, "Oh, great," and then you would have run away after the first defeat. You would have said, "Oh, it's over," and we might as well just give up and go home. We cannot do that. We have to stay the course and stay. And I'm not carrying his water for him. I called him out on SB1. I said it was a complicated, convoluted bill. I had a freaking tax rally. It was my office that put that whole thing together. We did videos on it. I did statements on it. I talked about it. And then I come out on the 3/5 compromise video the other day, and you guys were blasting me yesterday for saying too much. So
Now, allow me, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Even Governor Braun has come out to say that was not good. Braun has been clear that he would not have engaged that characterization.
Why does it matter who names the IU trustees?
Oh, that's not what I wanted. I had it, and then I lost it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Although the IU trustee story is very interesting. Braun has come out to say, I would not have engaged that characterization. What is the characterization in question? It was some Democrats decided to say that a piece of legislation in Indiana was akin to the 3/5 compromise in the Constitution regarding not allowing slaves to be counted in a total amount to keep the South from having more power. Now, I talked about it. I guess Kendall and Casey talked about it, and Micah Beckwith had some issues with it. But Micah Beckwith's issue is, you're all wimps, only he is strong. That's what he said to Kendall and Casey. We're going to break this down in the next hour because there's a real fundamental flaw in the argument. And the argument that is being made by the lieutenant governor is everybody else is the problem. That argument is a leftist argument. And I will discuss it and be very, very unconcerned about what comes back my way. Because if we're going to fight about this, okay. I'm okay with that. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. IB Tech has named its next president. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Brought to you by IBJ's 20 in their 20s. Know a young person making a big impact? Nominate them by May 23rd at ibj.com/nominations.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what's going on?
What's up, Tony? Southbound 69 in Fishers, a stall at State Road 37 blocking the left lane. And a reminder that the mini marathon for the Indianapolis 500 is this weekend. So Saturday, if you drive on the west side or around Speedway or the west end of downtown, I'd pick your poisons. 6 a.m. is when a lot of the streets are going to be closed, like the main thoroughfares, like West 10th Street and Holt Road and things like that. So all this will be at WIBC Traffic. There's some information there now, and just plan accordingly. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
A little bit of rain, 66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group. But before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. And when Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. Every pre-owned Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, every car, every truck, everything in the showroom, everything on the lot. Need credit? Managers will be on site, accepting applications for immediate review. Plus, Hubler's got you covered. Every Q-certified vehicle includes our 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota, everything goes. It's your chance to save like never before. Don't miss it. When Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. On US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. Before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hi, Pat Sullivan here from Sullivan Hardware and Garden and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. Our stores are blooming with flowers, hanging baskets, bedding plants, perennials, annual containers, shrubs, trees, and much more. With so many colors and varieties, it's the best looking selection you'll find anywhere. Come see the difference. Why, you ask? Our plants are from top quality Midwest growers, many right here in Indianapolis. Check the specials on our patio furniture like all-weather wicker, Berlin Gardens poly, cast aluminum, teak, and more. You can even choose your own custom cushions on most sets. We specialize in excellent quality mid-price patio furniture that's in stock at our 37,000 square foot warehouse, all priced at 30% off. See our large selection of grills, Weber, Traeger, and the Big Green Egg. Shop, play, experience. Spring with Sullivan's. 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan in Fishers.
Mecum Auctions returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds May 9th through 17th for Dana Mecum's 38th Original Spring Classic. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. And with more than 3,000 vehicles up for auction, it's a chance to bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy tickets now at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Did I just hear my name used in an ad?
Yeah, text Tony, something like that.
Oh, is that for Indiana Unclaimed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the people at IndianaUnclaimed.gov have now decided if you text Tony to, what is it, 46220? That's how you get your money. I don't know why. Like, I thought you just go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and you get your cash. Now they're like, no. Text Tony. Text Tony to the name Tony to 46220. Is that it? And the next thing you know, you're going to find all your cash at IndianaUnclaimed.gov. I was like, ooh, this is very fancy. Look at me. Look at me. I have my own text Tony. I don't even have my own text, yet somehow they've got it. Now I gotta put that together. The GDP shrank and everybody lost their mind. Let us not lose our mind on gross domestic product. GDP down 0.3%. Wouldn't panic about that at all, but I'd ask myself what it is that I'm seeing, because the first blush conversation is, what's this first quarter? This is before tariffs. The tariffs don't have a part to play in it. Well, legitimately true that the tariffs are not the reason in its implementation for reduced GDP, but it could have been a conversation of preparation for the potential, not a resultant of even the explanation. If you follow Trump at all, in any way, shape, or form, and we do, we know that he is a guy who believes in tariffs. He thinks the tariffs can replace the income tax. I want to get rid of the income tax. And I said this before the election. You want to have a conversation of tariffs replacing the federal income tax. I will listen to that all day. I don't think it actually works, but that's neither here nor there. I'm all about the conversation. And I'm certainly about any conversation that removes the federal income tax, because it's an abomination, because it's brutality against the citizenry. It's just wrong. It's theft, and it has to end. But if these companies knew that Trump was a tariff guy, remember his full-page ads, I believe it was in the New York Times, going back to 1985, they said to themselves, let's buy now, let's stock up now, before the stuff hits the other stuff that might be connected to a fan or nearby a fan and a blowing breeze from the fan. They decided to act early. And if they acted early, they may have had less purchases overall. So it's a worthy thing to dig into. Then I hear Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, and I want to run my head through a wall.
If you think about GDP, right, domestic production, right, when they know tariffs are coming, all the foreigners just pour it in. Right. So while there's lots for sale, it's not domestically produced product. So that's a natural reaction. It doesn't mean it's bad for Americans at all. Yeah. It just means, look, the foreigners try to pour it in real quick, and this is the natural outcome. But it goes away in a quarter or two. So this kind of stuff you shouldn't, pay too much attention to.
Well, you should pay some attention to. He referred to it as transitory. He used the word transitory. And I thought I was going to lose my skull. Do not, in any way, shape, or form, get close to that word. That's what Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary under Joe Biden, said about inflation. Transitory. It wasn't transitory. It's still here. Inflation has not been fixed at all. A little bit lower? Well, not really. We are still dealing with the effects of Biden's cash, of Biden's failed policies, of this lie that was told to America that somehow the economy's great. You're just too dumb to notice. Oh, I would not have gone anywhere near the word or the conversation of transitory. But Lutnick may have a point. And when I say may, probably has a point. That if we are to agree that this is what happened when Trump took office, and understanding that these things might come, and therefore to get ahead of tariffs, people did X, Y, and Z, which is about buying patterns, then there's a reason for the happening, a reason for the dip in the GDP. Dr. Matt Will explained that he'll be on the show, Tony Katz, today at noon. We're going to have him on. He said transitory is not the right word. Anomaly is. And that actually is, I think, if we're taking the step back and not getting political like the freaks out there, but rather asking ourselves, what is it that we're witnessing? Anomaly has a more true aspect to it, because it could be in a definition a specific set of circumstances that led to a specific moment that then ceases. Because if the tariffs are quote unquote here and the buying's already done, you don't see that dip anymore. I mean, only time will tell. But panic about this? No. Recognize that inflation hasn't gone anywhere? Yeah, that gives me pause. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
All right, the stall cleared in Fisher, southbound 69 at State Road 37. Checking out the interstates right now, and we do look at what's going to the airport, and westbound 70 is fantastic here from downtown to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway to Mariplex. Checking out northbound 65, a traffic hazard reported between Meridian and West Street. Watch out for the shoulders there. No delay, just a bit of a slowdown as people make their way through. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Nikki Kelly from the Indiana Capital Chronicle will be with us to discuss the big winners and losers of the 2025 session.
Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Spring is here, and Dammons is full speed ahead with endless plant production of perennials, annuals, hanging baskets, roses, and planters. Trucks are arriving with fresh trees and shrubs. Dammons' friendly staff is ready to assist you and get you the help you need. So for any of your gardening needs, experience Dammons South on Emerson Avenue and Dammons West on Rockville Road.
Dammons Lawn and Garden, Indiana's most complete garden center.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
We love playing high school sports because we get to compete and have fun with our friends.
We've also learned skills we'll need for the rest of our lives. I'm Sawyer Tittman from Fort Wayne Snyder High School.
And I'm Pierce Darrington from Floyd Central High School. It takes discipline and commitment to put in the work every practice.
It takes focus and determination to make the right play when the game is on the line.
It takes resilience and humility to find ways to improve after a tough loss.
What better way to learn these life skills than by playing high school sports?
Where we have coaches who mentor us, teammates who become our best friends, memories we'll never forget.
And important life lessons ingrained in us forever.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character for life. This is what education-based athletics are all about. This is your IHSAA.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He says the government is doing the right thing for the right reason. There's nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis, but rain is moving in from the southwest. 67 degrees right now on Monument Circle, a high of 71. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30.
I'm not mad at the tariffs and the barriers.
Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent on Fox News last night.
And the currency manipulations that the other countries were doing. I just wonder how it went on for 4 or 5 decades.
Bessent says President Trump is putting America first again, something that past leaders didn't do. Right now, there's a pause on matching tariffs with other countries. China is the only country not included in that pause. And even though the White House says talks are happening, China's foreign ministry says that's not true. You may have heard the president mention one big, beautiful bill. It's a plan to turn his executive orders into law. Fox's Ryan Schmelz says Senator Lindsey Graham is now looking for spending cuts to make that happen.
I think the only way you're going to do that is be able to go into the programs that are being abused and fix them.
Republicans are eyeing additional work requirements for able-bodied people on Medicaid, which they believe could save the government hundreds of billions of dollars. While work requirements have unity among the party, some are threatening to vote against any budget resolution that cuts essential services.
And Trump says in the coming weeks and months, he plans to push for the biggest tax cuts in American history that would include no tax on tips, Social Security, or overtime. If you need to gas up in the capital city this morning, expect to pay about $3.04 for a gallon of regular unleaded. That's down a couple of cents from where it was last week. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. Purdue University this week announced the creation of an institute bearing the name of a Hoosier life sciences icon. The Lau Institute for Therapeutics, or LIFT, named in honor of Dr. Philip Lau, is designed to fund early-stage trials of potential life-saving therapeutics with the goal of accelerating the treatments to market. Lau is a professor of chemistry at Purdue and the university's presidential scholar for drug discovery. During his long career, Lau has secured 101 U.S.-issued patents and has founded several companies, including Endocyte, which he sold to Switzerland-based Novartis in 2018 for $2.1 billion. The university said the new institute will work to share Lau's expertise in moving from research to commercialization with the broader Purdue ecosystem. The Ivy Tech Community College Board of Trustees has selected Martin Polio to serve as the college's 10th president. Polio currently serves as superintendent of Jefferson County Public Schools in Louisville. He will begin his job at Ivy Tech on July 1st. Huntington University student athletes and the community now have access to a new upgraded facility. The Thwaites Athletic Center, which is part of the university's overall athletic campus, is named in honor of Ryan and Amy Thwaites, who gave a $2 million lead gift toward the $19 million project. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Do you own an import-export business? If so, your company could save time and money with foreign trade zones. FTZs are designated sites across the United States where you can reduce, defer, and even eliminate import duties, helping you stay competitive in the global marketplace. If you're interested in becoming an FTZ, the Indianapolis Airport Authority can sponsor your application and start you on the path to savings, because smart companies get in the zone. Learn more at inzone.org.
A former printing press in Warsaw will officially become the new home of the Slate truck. After a week of unconfirmed reports, startup EV manufacturer Slate Auto confirmed it is bringing production of its flagship product to the former LCS Communications plant on the western edge of the Kosciuszko County city. In its release sent to multiple media outlets, Slate said it plans to bring over 2,000 jobs to the factory and that it hopes to be making the first Slate trucks at some point in 2026. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
Yeah, Alex, checking out the interstates. They look good, man. Everything moving out to the airport, no problems from downtown. If you're coming in from Lebanon this morning, here southbound 65 from US 52 down to 865. Looking pretty good right now as you make your way down from Boone County. Looking fantastic, in fact. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road at North Shadeland or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now is 6:35. A check on sports and Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Optimism, Tony. That's what the Indiana Pacers are expressing this morning as Rick Carlisle is looking ahead to a matchup with the Cleveland Cavaliers Sunday, and he says they have the experience to get the job done.
We had guys that got experience with that kind of pressure and haven't had that kind of toughness and resilience. All those ingredients go into the mix when a team pulls off what our guys pulled off today.
The Pacers are going to need every bit of energy to beat the top-seeded Cavs. Game 1 Sunday, as I said, but the start time is to be determined. The Fever have a couple of games this weekend, including Saturday's preseason home opener against Washington, and then they play the Brazilian national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, which is Caitlin Clark's old home court. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Mother's Day is almost here. Sundown Gardens is fully stocked with high-quality annuals, trees, shrubs, decor, and more. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, sundown.gardens.com.
All right, I'll bite. T-Rex leather. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Leather. They say that this is a thing. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Are we talking about the fact that, is it next week or is it the week after? I can't do, I've lost all sense of space and time. No, not next week. The week after, I'm at the Mecum auction. We're going to be broadcasting live. Are we not discussing this? Am I not supposed to mention that next week during Tony Katz Today, I'll be live at the Mecum auction talking about Mecum things with the Mecum people? You know I'm going to take a look. It is that time of year where I take a look at cars that I probably shouldn't buy and I don't really know how to fix and say, I'll take it. Oh, that's happening. I'll get more into that next week. And then in June, there is a amazing fundraiser that I am a part of that will be at Hotel Tango. I'll get with you on that as well. Talk about an incredible event for veterans in the United States and in Israel. It's fascinating how this came about, and I'll tell you the whole story. And I'll also tell you when I'll be at the Mecum auction. According to the people at Science Alert, a biotech startup wants to create lab-grown leather based on the remnants of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I assume that this is creepy. I assume that that we would all find this as awkward. They say it's a more sustainable and ethical future for the luxury materials industry. Those poor cows, leave them be. But they're so delicious and supple. Do I just wait for the email from PETA, or do I just assume they show up at the studio and start protesting? At what moment does Pam Anderson say to me, Tony, I expected better from you? And I say to her, Pam, I totally dig the makeup-free look. Good on you. Live your life. The T-Rex leather is going to offer natural durability, repairability, and the tactile expected in high-end leather goods. I just want to say for the record, I don't think you could talk about the extinct T-Rex and then talk to me about durability. Seriously, am I the only person who appreciated that joke? Oh, you are all terrible. Oh, it's a bit late for that. Are we too soon on the T-Rex jokes? Couple of billion years, not? No? Too close to the Paleozoic? Leave it be? Sure. Whatever you say. By the way, Paleozoic. Get that on Smiley. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Another update is just minutes away.
First 100 days.
A revolution of common sense. 25% tariffs on foreign aluminum and steel. It's keeping our steel mills going.
He's acting like a king. Hear the news.
The Indiana Pacers delivered in a big way.
Here comes Halliburton. He lays it in!
Fought back to win the game in overtime.
As events happen,
10th person identified.
we'll happen to be there.
Serial killer Herb Baumeister.
93 WIBC Mobile News.
Hey, it's Matt Bear for Trajan Wealth. The weather is so Indiana spring right now, just all over the place. The markets can't be trusted. Where do we find our peace of mind? Start by securing our retirement goals with the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth. Always with Hoosier values at their core. Call Trajan and schedule your complimentary consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. That word, a fiduciary, okay? Fiduciary, you want that. You want it. Trajan is a fiduciary, meaning they have to act with your best interest at heart. They collaborate with you in assembling a portfolio that's customized to your timeline only, your hopes and dreams. Call and schedule a consultation. Again, that's 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. That first complimentary consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Tamara and Nigel for Window Nation. May is officially here, and so are the rising temperatures. Beat the heat and keep the AC in your home with Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. During their semi-annual sale, you'll get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, no monthly payments until 2027.
That's a lot of savings and a super smart investment. So how exactly do they keep prices affordable? Window Nation works directly with the top window manufacturers in this country. Windows assembled right here in the USA. Plus, their windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Window Nation's semi-annual sale. It ends soon, so do not miss your chance to get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, you don't pay anything until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
With a B&W Premier Club membership, you'll stay ahead of breakdowns and costly repairs. Our members get routine maintenance, priority scheduling, and exclusive discounts, saving you money and keeping your family comfortable all season long. Visit bplusw.com or call 317-214-0108 for more information.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Addiction doesn't just affect one person, it touches everyone around them. That's why Matt Bear and Ryan Hedrick created the Supporting Sobriety podcast. It's for the friends and family standing behind, offering hope, guidance, and real talk. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic and Matthew Bear, what are you doing?
What's happening, Tony? Eastbound 70, Hendricks County, looking good from State Road 39 to 465 on the west side. 11 minutes right now, no delay. And checking out northbound 65 on the west side right now. If you're going from 465 to State Road 47 or vice versa, say you're inbound 65. It looks to be about 20 minutes right now, and that is also without delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. A little bit of rain going through the area that should end in the next 10 or 20 minutes. The time is 6:46.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
So recovery is going slowly, as we knew it would with the arm. And I bring it up because I took yesterday off because it's hard to explain that, I'm sitting here at the desk, like, what are things to complain about? I have to sit and do a radio show. But, like, the arm's all bunched up. I just wanted it to relax for the day. And I tore my bicep tendon on my left arm, if you didn't know. Had surgery to repair it last week. So I'm now a week removed from surgery. It was this time last week. And so it's all going well. It's so much better than what happened to my right arm years ago. I can't believe it. But there's no pain. It's just sore and uncomfortable. And trying to find a comfortable position as you're doing the show has been a pain in the butt. Neither here nor there. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. So just as an update, but someone sent me a lasagna. Get better. And they sent me a lasagna. I'm like, how does one even do this? So look, they made me a lasagna. They didn't make me a lasagna. There is a company out of Beech Grove called sendafriendlasagna.com. I don't know these people. The girl who delivered it to me, lovely, and was explaining to me what it is. This woman has a business where they've got like 5 different kinds of lasagna, and they'll deliver it to you. Now, I will admit they have a gluten-free lasagna, and I'm going to say right now to the people at sendafriendlasagna.com, stop that. Gluten-free lasagna. You tell these people to eat it right or don't eat it at all. But I thought that was very sweet. I thought I thought it was a fun concept, and it's here. It's Central Indiana, so they're not a sponsor or anything else. I have no financial relationship with them whatsoever, although now I'm getting texts from people. Oh, I know these people. They're fantastic. They're terrific. Like, fun idea. Like, that's a smart gift idea because a lasagna is something that works perfectly to freeze and then heat up later. It's one of those things. Like, that is very good. So there it is. Should I say who sent it, Producer Carl?
Yeah.
It was our market manager. It was our market manager, Andrea, who basically said, I hope you enjoy this lasagna. Trust me, it's going to come out of your contract renegotiation. Signed Andrea. That's what it said. It said it right there. So I got that going for me. And that was very sweet. It was very kind. It was appreciated. Interesting idea. I do like small business growth. Excellent stuff. Donald Trump likes deals, and he was on News Nation yesterday saying, you guys are way too much in a rush, Bill O'Reilly and company. We'll get the deals, but they got to come to us.
I understand you have a deal with South Korea, Japan, and India. You already got it. When are you announcing it?
Well, we have potential deals with them, yeah. But I'm in, okay, I'll tell you this. I'm in less of a hurry than you are. We are sitting on the catbird seat. They want us. We don't need them.
All right, remember the folks are nervous, though.
But they've been ripping us. Let me just tell you, they've been ripping us off.
We got that, but the folks...
South Korea has been ripping us off. We pay for their military. You know, when I was there, I got them to pay billions of dollars toward the military. We pay for their military. They take advantage of us on trade. Now, these are friend and foe. We often do better with foe, meaning the enemy, than we do with the friends. The friends have been brutal to this country on trade.
But remember, once you announce the stock market's going to go up 2,000 points and people will relax a little more.
It can wait 2 weeks.
They can wait.
2
All
weeks.
right. Okay.
Perfect Trump-esque response. But I thought it interesting that the deals that are allegedly in place, South Korea, Japan, and India. Funny, I know a guy on radio who had been saying the first 3 deals have to be Japan, South Korea, and Vietnam, and added just earlier this week, India. Or was it last week that I did that? Neither here nor there. What do you know? Shocking. Remember, the deal is inconsequential. It's the lifting of tariffs that matters. The deal is inconsequential. Because if Trump declares the deal a good deal, that's all he has to do. First 2 rules of Trumpism are in play. Trump wins, and a deal can always be made as long as it adheres to the first rule of Trumpism. Those are the 2 rules. First rule, Trump wins. Second rule, a deal can always be made as long as it adheres to the first rule of Trumpism. Bill O'Reilly is right. You get rid of those tariffs, boop, market's going to go up. Also, interestingly, Brian York posted this. The Dow opened April 1st. At 41,879. And of course, we discussed everything that happened in the market. And we stated quite clearly, I'm not going to panic. The market closed at 40,669. You mean the Dow went down 1,200 points? Yeah, let's call it 1,200 points in a month. And it's the end of civilization? That's a sign of no confidence? The Wall Street Journal said it was a sign of no confidence. I don't think that's the case. It's an excellent point made by Byron York to say the sky is not so much necessarily falling. But the deal is less consequential than the removal of the tariff for the markets. The deal is more consequential for us long term with these nations. And as is so obviously seen by everyone, the rollout of these tariffs was not well done. They then repositioned themselves to be focused on China, which, of course, as we described, is the place you can focus yourself because people are willing to be in that fight if indeed you tell them there's going to be a fight, which at long last, President Trump is now doing.
That'll happen. I mean, look, right now, and I told you before, they're having tremendous difficulty because their factories are not doing business. They made $1 trillion with Biden, $1 trillion, even $1.1 trillion with Biden selling us stuff. Much of it we don't need. You know, somebody said, oh, the shelves are going to be open. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30, you know, and maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally. But we're not talking about something that we have to go out of our way. They have ships that are loaded up with stuff, much of which, not all of it, but much of which we don't need. And we have to make a fair deal. We've been ripped off by every country in the world, but China, I would say, is the leading one, the leading candidate for the chief ripper offer.
You're going to have $2 instead of 30 of cheap ripper offer is funny. Yeah, okay. That's the message that should have been happening already, not ipso facto. That's been my entire argument. Now let's see how America responds. But the market says that America is responding fine, if we believe the market. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, Tony, East 75th Street still closed between Graham and Binford Boulevard. That is because of Nickel Plate Trail construction. Should reopen May 7th. That's what we're expecting. A reminder that this week it is the mini marathon, and if you travel on the West Side Speedway, west end of downtown, you may want to limit those travels until about 2 in the afternoon, 1 or 2 in the afternoon. That's when all the streets should be reopened by then, unless it's the one by Military Park downtown, that little slither where they're going to be partying until about 2 o'clock. So there will be streets closed for the mini marathon. Please plan accordingly. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Pierce Jewelers has a beautiful, warm, and friendly showroom, and their showcase of estate jewelry is constantly changing. They're always purchasing and looking for new, old treasures, and your fine jewelry may be worth more than you think. The staff at Pierce Jewelers, a trusted name since 1968, will help you understand and evaluate your memorable pieces, and they'll make sure you receive superb service and expert counsel. They'll guide you through the process, explain each piece, and why the item's value is a certain amount. No appointment needed, but there are times they'll need to take in your items to further examine and evaluate them. Pierce Jewelers doesn't charge for this process, nor is there any requirement for you to sell your items. Pierce Jewelers will make sure you receive a competitive price for your valuables, and you'll walk away knowing you've received their best and honest offer. Call Pierce Jewelers today at 317-574-3333 to learn more about selling your jewelry and other valuable precious items.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP $105,575, Nautilus MSRP $61,995, Corsair MSRP $47,820. Offers good through May 31st, 2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Denny Smith here for Miss M's Home and Garden in Bargersville and Sundown Gardens in Westfield. May has arrived and Mother's Day is approaching. Spring flowers are on full display. You just have to see the selection. Miss M's Home and Garden and Sundown Gardens are fully stocked with great annuals, trees, shrubs, decor, and more. Get an early jump on Mother's Day. Sundown Gardens at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, sundown.gardens.com. Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135 in Bargersville, missmshomeandgarden.com.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom-built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5, and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Spring is here, and Dammons is full speed ahead with endless plant production of perennials, annuals, hanging baskets, roses, and planters. Trucks are arriving with fresh trees and shrubs. Dammons' friendly staff is ready to assist you and get you the help you need. So for any of your gardening needs, experience Dammons South on Emerson Avenue and Dammons West on Rockville Road.
Dammons Lawn and Garden, Indiana's most complete garden center.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
I gave it a shot, and I came in and had the procedure done. To me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago.
Coming
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, gunshots near a couple of businesses on the southwest side of Indianapolis this morning, what the cops are saying, what the governor is saying about his second in charge, and what head coach Rick Carlisle of the Pacers is saying about one of his star players' fathers. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
The U.S. and Ukraine make a deal. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It's an agreement to help recoup some of the money the U.S. has spent helping provide military aid to Ukraine to fend off Russia's invasion. It allows for American access to Ukraine's lucrative rare earth minerals. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent signed the deal and tells Fox's Hannity.
It's win-win. It is a way to show that there's no daylight between Ukraine and U.S. as President Trump presses to end this horrible war.
Fox's Doug Luzader reports.
This is the agreement that at one point ran off the rails after that big Oval Office blow-up with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. It got back on track, and while it may be a long way off from the peace deal that President Trump is ultimately hoping for there, it may help lay the groundwork.
No, a Russian drone strike hit Odessa today, killing 2 people, injuring 15. Russia claims a Ukrainian drone strike killed at least 7 people. That U.S.-Ukraine minerals deal comes as the Trump administration keeps working on trade deals with numerous countries. The president told News Nation,
"We're going to make great deals for America instead of bad. And if I didn't take this hard line, India, as an example, had no interest in negotiating with anybody."
Now, President Trump insists his trade and tariff policies will lead to an economic boom after the slight economic contraction instead of growth in the first quarter of this year. The Democrat President Trump beat in November. Vice President Kamala Harris spoke out last night in San Francisco.
Instead of an administration working to advance America's highest ideals, we are witnessing the wholesale abandonment of those ideals.
A man's in critical condition in Pittsburgh the morning after falling from the crowd at a Pirates game onto the field. A 21-foot drop from the right field bleachers. It delayed the game for about 10 minutes. Players knelt on the field while medical crews responded to him. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Crime scene tape around a strip mall. Light rain in downtown Indianapolis where it's 66 degrees. Your high today, 71. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. A man is dead and the cops are searching for the person that killed him. Indianapolis police say they received reports of a shooting near the Laundry and Tan connection along Madison Avenue early this morning, about 12:30. When they arrived, they found a man lying on the ground suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital, and that's where he died. You may have heard that some people are not happy with Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith's recent comments.
Wednesday marked the first time Braun has commented on Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith's calling the 3/5 compromise a great move.
Why not comment until now?
So, I definitely wouldn't have used that characterization, and I don't like it. I'm a believer that you better start thinking about what you're saying before it comes out. So I'll leave it at that. You don't want to make headlines the wrong way because it takes away from the substance of what you're trying to do in general. So that'll be the end of my comment on it.
That's Wish TV's Garrett Berquist reporting. It's not clear why a man fired off shots at the Jackson County Library in Seymour around noon Wednesday after coming in with a long rifle.
Well, it's certainly something that law enforcement, the investigators are going to try to determine. That's not something typically we release, and that's something that may take some time.
Sergeant Stephen Willis, Indiana State Police. One person was injured by flying glass. 18-year-old Emiliano Cuevas Bravo was charged with attempted murder and criminal recklessness. A startup vehicle company has chosen Indiana as the place that it wants to make trucks. Here's Chris Davis.
This is a slate. This slate seats 2 and can carry sheets of plywood. This slate seats 5 and can fit tons in the front. It's actually the same slate.
Slate Auto will be building electric trucks at a former printing press in Warsaw. The announcement made today by the Michigan company. That factory, when finished, will produce electric trucks that start in the mid-$20,000 range. The trucks come bare bones, or you can add accessories. The company is expected to add 2,000 jobs to Indiana's economy. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Fathers are often proud of their children. John Herrick reports on one man who acknowledged that he he went just a bit too far.
After the Indiana Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks Tuesday night, Pacer guard Tyrese Halliburton's dad, John Halliburton, went out onto the floor and started waving a flag and taunting Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo. That caused a minor scuffle where the two of them had to be broken up. Pacer head coach Rick Carlisle addressed the situation in a Wednesday morning interview on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan's morning show.
You know, I spoke to John Halliburton last night. He was very contrite about what happened.
John said he got caught up in the moment and he shouldn't have acted that way. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the fives. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Eastbound 465 south side, slow Emerson Avenue over to Southeastern Avenue. Checking out the north split right now, and we're getting a report of a traffic hazard southbound 65 at West Street, and we're looking diligently. Also hearing about a crash on the Skinner eastbound 70 in the north split, and we'll continue to update you on that if there are further updates. And the next one is 7:15. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio. And get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. It is going to be a mild start to the day and muggy, too. We've got mostly cloudy skies. A little bit of some light shower activity right now moving across parts of Marion County. On and off scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms possible this afternoon. Maybe one or two of those could be on the stronger side with some gusty winds. It's going to be breezy today. Non-thunderstorm winds may gust 20 to 30 miles per hour. Highs near 73. Some light scattered showers possible tonight. Lows will fall to 58. And then on Friday, cloudy, some scattered afternoon showers possible, low 70s. And a change of the weekend forecast. We got this cutoff low that's going to move across the Great Lakes. So mostly cloudy skies, on and off scattered showers. And it's going to be cooler. About 63 on Saturday and 61 on Sunday.
And you on Saturday at Rev.
Yes. Yes.
I said I would do it. I did it. I can't go because of the arm. You get my tickets. They took care of it in an instant.
I know. I got a picture with a text message from Marcus, and he said, "Ooh, fancy pants."
You should wear fancy pants.
You
have to wear fancy pants to Rev.
Right. Well, yeah. Fancy. I love it. Thank you. Holy moly.
And enjoy and go hungry.
Go hungry. Okay.
Oh.
That's good advice.
So good. So good.
Now, is it all outside, like at the track, or do they have like little, because you know they have like those suites or whatever, and do you go in there and like, I mean,
so all the food is in the chalets.
Oh, okay.
And then everything else is outside and then actually on the track itself. It's nuts. It is such a well done, spectacular event. If you've never done Rev Indy, and Chef Vic Vega will be with us tomorrow.
Cool.
He is the resident celebrity chef over there. Really, really good guy. Interesting cat, interesting story. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. So it's going to be good. You're going to have a good time. Go and enjoy.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm like super, I'm like really excited. I kind of panicked a little bit yesterday and like, oh my gosh, do I have something to wear? But I did find something in the closet.
Find something race related or not, or if you could, wear something completely inappropriate, please.
I like that. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think everybody here, on behalf of Tony Katz of the Morning News, on behalf of America, we would really appreciate it if you wore something completely and totally inappropriate.
Hey now.
Yeah. Be really good.
That'd be great.
Right?
We'll see what I could dig up.
We will all be waiting. We will all be waiting. Tara Hastings. Well, by the way, when I say inappropriate, I mean toga.
Toga. Oh, yes.
Right?
Well, that should be easy, right? Just a sheet.
Right? Toga. You can always dress up as Kaiser Wilhelm. That's always a good one. as an inappropriate costume. You can go as Mussolini. Just shave your head.
Ooh.
Piece of cake. Or you can go as Emperor Hirohito, because not enough people do that. Because not only would that be like, a guy who was a murderous son of a gun, but also it'd be cultural appropriation. That's a twofer you can go for right there.
A twofer, yeah.
Yep.
I like the twofers.
Yeah, I'll give that a go. Or just wear something nice and enjoy yourself.
I think I like that idea better.
Go with that. I'm going to go do radio. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. I appreciate it. 66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:10.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Sundown Gardens, Hamilton County Spring Nursery Headquarters.
TonyCats.com. You will see on the show sheet, should be up, all the state senators who voted for the budget, all the state representatives who voted for the budget. Every Republican, right there in the roll call, who voted for the budget. Now, I'll get into Lieutenant Governor Beckwith's comments in a little bit. But I do not know what the value of our Republican Party is if we're voting for tax increases. I don't know where the morality is in this. I do know where the lack of strength is in this. I do not look at Democrats voting against this legislation and say they got it right. No, they're voting against for a whole series of different reasons. Tax increases are just fine by them as a party nationwide and certainly locally. You go through this list and it is sad. Hunter Smith, Danny Lopez. Could anybody have been more vocal about getting somebody elected? I like Danny. This is a mistake. Am I not going to say so? Of course I'm going to say so. It goes on and on. Name the Republican. Bascom, Benning, Borders. It goes on and on. Those are some reps, just some, not all. Wesco, Van Natter. How about I go through the state senators? Alexander, Baldwin, Bray. What's the leadership here? What actually took place here? Michael Young, Senator Young, did not vote for the budget. I'd like to talk to him. I'd like to hear his rationale. And I'll talk to any of these people. But let's understand that you voted for tax increases based on a presumption of shortfall. One does not lead and govern from panic. That's what we see. And there's an argument being made that was made by Lieutenant Governor Beckwith that really falls into an ugly category. And we have to be sure to be diagnosing this and understanding what it is we're hearing. Not only did you vote for tax increases, you targeted an industry out of fear, out of panic. You targeted the cigar industry. You did what you did. And if you want to argue it, we can. It's going to get loud. It's going to get ugly. It's going to do all the things. I mean, it doesn't have to. It would start by you saying, yes, we absolutely did target the cigar industry by raising the tax to $3 a stick after limiting the tax to $1 a stick just 2 years ago. Because we went after cigarettes because you targeted an industry to make up for your failure to see the future? The roll call is there at TonyCats.com. You should check it out. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what you doing?
All right, okay. Tony, looking at eastbound 70 coming out of the north split, working on this right now. It is a crash, yeah. We have a lot of emergency response here. It's on the ramp from northbound 6570 to eastbound 70, like you're going from downtown to the east side. And right now, this crash has the left lane blocked, and I see another emergency vehicle incoming. We have an ambulance out there, a couple of fire trucks. Seems to be a large cleanup right now, and does come with a slowdown back to Michigan Street on northbound 6570. Please be careful when making your exit to eastbound 70 and navigating through this crash. Also, looking at eastbound 465 on the south side, slow Emerson Avenue to Arlington, and inbound 69 slowing down 96 to 82nd Street. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
Wondering when to plant grass seed for ideal results? Wondering who has the best lawn products? Well, now is the time, and great lawn starts with Jonathan Green products. Hey, Pat Sullivan here from Sullivan Hardware and Garden and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. And like Sullivan Hardware and Garden, Jonathan Green is a family-owned and operated business. Jonathan Green has only premium quality Black Beauty grass seed, soil foods, and fertilizers to ensure that you achieve noticeably better results on your lawn. By making your work easier and delivering an impressive lawn, Jonathan Green products will turn your lawn into a green space to be enjoyed with family and friends. Black Beauty seed mixtures are sold at Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Improve your lawn with Jonathan Green. Shop, play, experience. Spring with Sullivan's. 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan in Fishers.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I've got much popcorn moment to bring. Brought to you by the good people at Booher Remodeling. BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom. Taking that basement and making it popcorn worthy by helping you create the best home theater you have ever seen. in your entire life. It's all possible. It's all you can do this. Your home, you're not moving. You need to find ways to make it work even better for you. That means a kitchen with flow. That means a master bathroom that is updated. And that could mean a basement that's more than just some storage area or a little kid play area. It's time to upgrade everything to make it work for your future. Think about you. Boer Remodeling is there to help you think that through. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, make sure you're getting exactly what you want and you know exactly what you're getting. So when that old kitchen is deteriorating or broken down, the Boer Remodeling process turns it into something amazing that works for you. Same thing is true with that master bathroom. You want that spa feel or you just want a clean look? Boer Remodeling, the only phone call to make. Call 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling, 852-5546 or online at Boer, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. Now, I have some Kamala Harris audio from a speech she gave yesterday that is so cringeworthy that I desperately want to share it with you. But the other day I had someone reach out to me and say, I'm never listening to your show again, Tony Katz. That's how they sounded, I assume, in my head. Because all you do is play that terrible sound of Kamala Harris cackle-laughing, and I have had enough of you. And again, that's how he sounds like Martin Short doing an impression of Martin Short. And so I assume. And I was like, okay, maybe I've brought too much Kamala Harris to the party. Maybe they're right. And maybe I need to woe up. Maybe I need to lay off. Maybe I need not to bring that to the party. But I can bring Tim Walz, right? I can bring her running mate to the party. No one ever said I couldn't bring Mayonnaise Tim Walz to the... Mayonnaise? Why do I call him Mayonnaise? Because he's so white. As a matter of fact, being white is why he was put on the ticket. Oh, you think I'm making this up? You think I'm being a bigot? His own words, ladies and gentlemen.
To improve people's lives. But I also was on the ticket, quite honestly, because I could code talk to white guys watching football, fixing their truck, doing that I could put them at ease. I was the permission structure to say, look, you can do this and vote for this. And you look across those swing states, with the exception of Minnesota, we didn't get enough of those votes.
Why would white guys need permission? You hear that and you're like, my gosh, code talk. It's like this idea of something called code switching, that you change the way you speak in certain places so people can better understand you. I don't change the way I speak for anyone or anything anywhere. I find that to be a wholly insulting thing, and I'd be insulted if somebody did it to me. I'd also be insulted if someone said to me, well, we put a Jewish guy on the ticket so he could talk to you. What is it? You mean I wouldn't have understood the black candidate, the Christian? I wouldn't have understood the Muslim candidate? I needed a Jewish candidate? Tony, you got to vote for this guy. I mean, who else you going to vote for, huh? Is that the way you... we're going to live in the stereotype? And after we vote, we're going to have a nosh. It's going to be a whole thing. Tell your mother. Is this what people actually think is happening here? You have any idea from Tim Walz how absolutely bigoted this is? I run for office. I don't need anybody with me to code talk to a black voter or a Hispanic voter or a gay voter or anything else. I talk directly to them. You're not talking directly to people? Holy crap! This is... If you want to see how proud they are of their bigotry, there it is. You needed the white guy to tell you it's okay to vote for the black, Asian, Indian, add your descriptor there, woman? I didn't need that. I need to know policy. And I heard some of the policies, and I said, oh, hell no. And as a follow-up, what made anybody think that Tim Walz was going to be a connector to white men in America? We look at Tim Walz. White men, if you want to know where white men are at, to pretend like it's all some monolithic block. White men look at Tim Walz and say, who is this pansy and why is he talking to me? Who is this beta creep and why is he talking? And what's with his wife? No, we are not having them over for dinner. I will not serve these people cheese and crackers. The last thing this guy needs is another cracker in his life. Nope. Oh, screw you. That is such a good joke. How dare you? Honestly, you're going to, no, Carl, it's that the sound effect doesn't work there. It's just better that I just leave it be. It's just better that I leave it be right there. So you're overreaching. I need to roll you back in. Okay. We're good. Fine. Lock it down. They gave producer Carl a soundboard, and now the guy's just nuts with his boings and his laughter and he's got another one. I don't remember. But now he's afraid to use it because he's afraid of what happens. Go ahead. Hit a sound. There it is. The growl. All right. The cat I might approve of. That's pretty good. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Crash coming out of the north split eastbound as 70. And it's blocking the left lane. A large emergency vehicle response here. So please be careful when navigating this crash site. Again, it's eastbound 70, the north split, like you're heading to the east side. And we have traffic that's stop and go on northbound 6570 from Raymond Street up to the north split, creating a delay. Southbound Keystone Parkway in Carmel. This is looking good. It's southbound 31 that's dragging right now from Main Street down to City Center Drive. Not quite to 116th Street, but we do have this delay on 31 we're keeping an eye on. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
The Sancio Grand Prix, Matt Bear. You heard me.
What?
You heard me.
Grand Prix. Sorry.
There's a Grand Prix. Am I saying it right? It's the Sancio Grand Prix.
It was Grand Prix. That's the
Grand Prix.
Grand Prix.
Anyway, you can't say that on radio.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Carl.
Gosh. Meanwhile, we've got 2 tickets. They are yours if you're the 6th caller, 317-239-9393. Number 6. If you are the 6th caller, you are going to the Grand Prix. We have got the tickets. There's a whole thing going on. We're happy to bring them to you. That is, what is that, Saturday? Is that Saturday, that Grand Prix on the 11th? Is that what's going on? I'm not sure which day it is, right? I'll blame the surgery. What I know is we've got 2 tickets, and they're yours. So, call in, 6th caller, 317-239-9393. These tickets are yours. Call in, get them right now.
Hammer and Nigel show, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Rob Kendall's going to flip out and go off the rails. The biggest stories in Indy and a whole lot of fun. 93 WIBC.
Spring in Indy, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint, and the crew?
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house, and all the pillars and everything. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
With Rhino Shield's 25-year transferable warranty, you'll never have to paint your home again. And right now, you can have Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and if you don't want to paint the house, that would be the way to go.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group. But before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. And when Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. Every pre-owned Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, every car, every truck, everything in the showroom, everything on the lot. Need credit? Managers will be on site, accepting applications for immediate review. Plus, Hubler's got you covered. Every Q-certified vehicle includes our 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota, everything goes. It's your chance to save like never before. Don't miss it. When Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. On US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. Before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Chocolate lovers are going absolutely bananas over our new Bluebell Banana Fudge. Rich milk chocolate ice cream swirled with a scrumptious banana-flavored ice cream. Your favorite banana fudge bar, now in a carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocery and pick up your favorite flavor today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The SWAT team has arrived in an Indianapolis neighborhood. Light rain on radar, 66 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 72. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. There is police activity in a neighborhood not far from Renton and Rule Streets this morning. That's a SWAT Bearcat truck in front of a home, and police say they're trying to get a man out. If you're near that neighborhood, Renton and Rule Streets, stay away. On Wednesday.
And I am saying it clear and loud.
Yes. That man attends Columbia University, and the Trump administration wanted to deport him, but a Vermont judge freed him.
To President Trump and his cabinet. Yes. I am not afraid of you.
He was born and raised in a refugee camp in the West Bank where he lived until moving to the U.S. in 2014. He's among dozens of student activists that were marked for removal by the Trump administration over campus protests against Israel's war in Gaza. An IU grad student is facing intimidation charges because police say that she sent Christmas cards to members of the IU Board of Trustees. Maria McComish demanded that the university cut ties to the killing of Palestinians in Gaza. She's charged in several counties this morning, including Hamilton, Monroe, and Hendricks. You may have heard that President Trump just celebrated his 100th day in office yesterday.
Don't ever mistake that you got to have more money to do things better with.
That's Governor Mike Braun reflecting on his 100 days in office and how the budget bill that's sitting on his desk could affect the health care services that you get from the state.
When you come up with better ideas, you may need more money to invest, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in most cases, when it comes to government, you got plenty of money. You just got to learn how to spend it better.
And the new state budget gives local public health departments about $40 million a year, which is well short of what political leaders had anticipated. America's shipbuilding capacity is as much an economic security issue as military is. Here's Indiana Senator Todd Young. John Herrick reports.
Speaking at the Hudson Institute in Washington Wednesday, Young said he's co-sponsoring what's called the Ships for America Act. He says this allows America to revamp its shipbuilding industry and work with allies.
They have capital. They have capital looking for
opportunities right now. They see opportunities here because of their core competencies in shipbuilding.
Which is why he wants to keep working with said allies. Among other things, it would establish a 25% investment tax credit for shipyard investments and a shipbuilding financial incentives program. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Head coach Rick Carlisle, the Indiana Pacers, looking back at that exhilarating 119-118 win over the Milwaukee Bucks, but now they're looking forward to a tough opportunity in Cleveland with the top-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers.
We had guys that got experience with that kind of pressure and haven't had that kind of toughness and resilience. All those ingredients go into the mix when a team pulls off what our guys pulled off today.
So here's the situation with the 7-game series. All the dates are set, but the times are not set, and it's contingent on the NBA closing out their first-round games, and then they anticipate announcing the start times very soon. You may have heard about Shedeur Sanders receiving a prank call. Another NFL rookie says they got a prank call during the NFL draft. Giants pass rusher Abdul Carter says he received one when the Jaguars were on the clock and acquiring the overall pick from the Browns. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us, Matt Bear?
It's a crash in the North Split, Ryan. Eastbound 70 heading towards the east side from downtown. And right now the left lane is blocked and traffic is slow back to Michigan Street on northbound 65-70. Looking at northbound 65, south side slow from Morris up to the south split. Inbound 69 slow from 106th Street down to 82nd. It's a 4-minute delay. Southbound 31 jammed up after 136th Street down to Illinois Carmel Drive. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road at North Shadeland or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 65 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Mother's Day is almost here. Miss M's Home and Garden is fully stocked with high-quality annuals, trees, shrubs, decor, and more. State Road 135 in Burgersville.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the Marketplace, Pizza King. It always gets people. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace, looking at cool stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff. The Marketplace, brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov, the Attorney General's office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. It's fast, it's easy, and it's free to get your money. It's yours. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov or check out the fancy right here. Text Tony to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to search. That's right. They're using my name. Fancy stuff. And then, of course, we could tie it to the month of May. Oh, my gosh, it's the month of May. This is happening. The Indy 500 is coming up. So you can race on over to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and claim your money today. Someone got paid to write those puns. That's all I'm saying. Bless them. Bless those people, IndianaUnclaimed.gov. So we find interesting things on the Marketplace, and we bring them to you. And Matt Bear, it's obvious as a guy who did not grow up in Indiana, I don't understand the connection. There are things that people are connected to in Indiana in a very, very soulful way. It's like I'll never be able. I remember I've been here now coming on 11 years. 11 years. I think I get to call myself a Hoosier at this point, but there are some things I won't be able to connect with. I'll never be able to have the emotional connection to Bobby Knight that people who grew up here had. I just can't do it, Matt. It can't be done.
Have you ever been to a 4-H fair?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
Been to a 4-H fair.
Oh, go.
No one's invited me.
Ride the zipper. You'll get nuts on your head.
First of all, I don't know what you just said to me.
Ride the zipper. Yeah.
Ride the zipper is actually on my Tinder profile.
No, it happened. I don't know how I came across that. Yeah, it's there are little carts in here. No, 4-H fairs are awesome because you get to kind of incorporate yourself into the essence of Hoosierdom.
Not growing up in Indiana, like that. Burger Chef.
Oh, see, I'm lukewarm. I had Burger Chef when I lived in Missouri, so that's really not an Indiana connection.
Again, and one of the things is Pizza King.
Oh, now we're talking.
It's clear and obvious to me that I'll never understand how Hoosiers connect with this place, but they do. If there's like an old graphic T-shirt or some memorabilia, people go nuts. This Matt Bear is a Pizza King Coke barrel. I guess back in the day, you got like a barrel and it had a handle that said Pizza King and had Coca-Cola on it, and you got to fill it with your favorite Coca-Cola products.
Oh, a little Mr. Pibb, and next to your pizza that tastes like flour. It was divine. It was outstanding.
Okay, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
This is a Pizza King Coke barrel. They were asking $25, but now they're only asking $10.
I think you can open a Pizza King for $10.
I don't. Wow, jeepers. Are we going into the franchise business all of a sudden?
Yeah, I have a Steak and Shake. Now I'm going to get a Pizza King. It's going to be really Hoosier. I can't wait. Yeah.
Have you? I put the pictures up over there, Tony Katz on Twitix, so you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, it looks like a swear jar. It's cool.
I guess you could use it as a swear jar.
It's a red Coca-Cola bucket, and somebody made a Pizza King label on it. And, yeah, you can have your favorite pizza and call it Pizza King and drink your Pibb out of this Coke bucket. I think it sounds like fun.
The question before us is this the kind of thing? Is this Hoosier nostalgia right here? Does this qualify?
I don't think so, because it looks like somebody made where it says Pizza King. It looks like one of those live bracelets, Lance Armstrong thing, and it's just it doesn't look like it's from an actual Pizza King. If it was from a Pizza King, that we'd be onto something here. But
I think it is from Pizza King. I think you're wrong on that. Oh, you know what we just learned? Matt Bear, not as Hoosier as we thought.
I'm very, hey.
Matt Bear just down a little bit on the Hoosier scale.
I used to own a farm.
Oh, sure you did.
I had cows.
The old I owned a farm gambit.
Yeah, let's go milk some cows, and we'll see.
Why not just say milk. I have some friends who are farmers?
Yeah, I know friends who are farmers. I do.
See?
Yes. I knew people that were in the FFA, Tony. Thank you very much. I knew them. I knew a grand champion at the fair.
Well, if as long as you knew a grand champion.
Yes, they raised the pork, and I dated a girl. She was a grand champion of the grand champions.
You dated a pork who was a grand champion?
Yes. In fact, I didn't ever say that to her face, but no, it was she raised pigs. She raised pigs.
They were called her children.
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually it's a dig at me when she said that, but yeah, it's sort of. Yeah.
Little Tommy and Genevieve. They were delightful kids.
It's Tommy and Milford, but you're close.
I know. It's there. It's the Pizza King Coke bucket. And you can get that for $10. It's on the marketplace. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. And then check out your new car at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Cars, trucks, SUVs, all with employee pricing all over Andy Moore Ford. You can get employee pricing across a full lineup of your favorite trucks and SUVs. The F-150s, the Super Duties, the Explorers, the Expeditions, all with employee pricing. The Expedition is fantastic. I'm driving one right now, and the speed is amazing. The pickup is incredible. The space, I mean, never mind what I did to my arm there in the big event we had in Kokomo, but I was able to load everything up and bring it up in one shot. Super easy. You're going to love this SUV. They've got everything at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, and great people. Really easy to talk to. Chris, the GM, Michelle, Alora, the whole team over there. Go pay them a visit. Go say hello. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield. Find the vehicle that's right for you and get that employee pricing. Or go online to Andy Moore Ford, MOHR, AndyMooreFord.com.
Life moves fast.
Another new directive from Donald Trump.
President Trump will not be deterred to make our federal government more efficient.
So does the news.
We expect those meetings to take place very soon.
Decisions made today.
I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic.
No threats to national security.
Could impact you tomorrow.
Accountability and transparency.
What's next?
You never know what's going to happen.
Need to know what happened.
We're already tracking it. Stay in the know while you're on the go on 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what's happening?
Southbound Keystone Parkway looking a little bit slow in parts as you make your way down through Carmel. And right now, northeast side, westbound 465, that is a stall after Allisonville Road, blocking the right lane, causing a slowdown past the Allisonville Road interchange. East side, northbound 465, stop and go after 70 up to Penn Pike. Westbound 70, approaching the north split, report of debris on the roadway right around Rural Street. We are slow to Emerson Avenue. Crash coming out of the north split towards the east side. This is eastbound 70, blocking the left lane. Traffic slow back to Michigan Street. And we also have a stall on the exit ramp from northbound 65 to west. That ramp is open, partially blocked. South end of downtown, eastbound 70, grinding from Belmont into the south split. Northbound 65, south side stop and go traffic from South Keystone Avenue into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Gotta love summertime. It's for enjoying outdoor music and vacations, and our pals at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help you save on both. AAA is now the official partner of Ruoff Music Center, and AAA members going to enjoy some big-time benefits. Early entry into concerts, access to the AAA Premier Lounge. Can't wait to go see Chris Stapleton this summer.
Concerts at Ruoff, always a good time, always a fun time. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members save with access to hotel discounts, rental car discounts, and a lot more, along with complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today. AAA.com, 844-GO AAA GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Chocolate lovers are going absolutely bananas over our new Bluebell Banana Fudge. Rich milk chocolate ice cream swirled with a scrumptious banana-flavored ice cream. Your favorite banana fudge bar, now in a carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell half-gallon specially priced $5.99 each at select Meijer locations through May 24th.
From the moment our eyes met, I knew it was love at first sight. She had such a playful sense of humor. And when I look in that sparkle in her eyes, I just melt. My folks always said to find the girl I can't live without. And my heart says she's the one. So I'm going to Pierce Jewelers in Carmel for that perfect diamond engagement ring. Nothing says I love you more than an engagement ring from Pierce Jewelers. She pierced my heart. Now I'm going to pierce hers. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
Summer heat is coming. Will your air conditioner be ready? Don't risk an expensive breakdown. A quick tune-up from B&W catches problems early and keeps your family cool and comfortable. Join thousands of Hoosiers who trust B&W. Call 317-214-0108 or go to bplusw.com today.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Tony Katz all week long for your chance to win 2 tickets to the Sancio Grand Prix on Saturday, May 10th at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. More info at WIBC.com.
Representative Craig Snow. Representative Ed Soliday. Representative Rowry. Rowray? R-O-W-R-A-Y. Just Republicans who voted for tax increases right here in Indiana. Please don't think that I'm going to cheer the Democrats who voted against this. You guys are the people who allow Joe Hogsett to stay in office when sexual impropriety is happening all over his offices, and he won't even show you a report he allegedly did on his former chief of staff, Thomas Carl Cook. I'm just saying that you don't get to speak from this position of superiority when you don't actually engage in a moral way all the way through. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And I'm not talking about a political disagreement here, which we have maybe many. But nothing happens to Joe Hogsett? You're just fine with it? And then it was which member of the General Assembly was it who got taken out of their leadership position there, Producer Carl? Because of allegations of sexual impropriety?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Which member of the General Assembly was taken out of their leadership position because of sexual impropriety? Allegations. They're still around. I mean, they get to be a member, but they just can't be in leadership. Okay, you've really showed us. But these Republicans don't get to talk to me about an idea of leadership. You voted for tax increases. You did what you did. So the question is, couldn't you have done something else? This was the question posed to the Lieutenant Governor, Micah Beckwith. This was from Kendall Casey. And I believe the Lieutenant Governor is making a very, very odd and awkward statement here.
You've got this issue now where he raised taxes at the end. I mean, what do you call it? I mean, does he just have no idea what he's doing? I mean, either he has no idea what he's doing or what he's signing, or he's lying to people.
No, I think what's the alternative?
Don't sign it.
For him to, okay, don't sign it, and then what happens? That you don't fund the government, and then everyone blames them for not funding the government. Oh, I get it. Trust me, I'm right there with you. Great, but then what happens happens when the government completely breaks down, and then people can't go to school, they can't get their Medicaid payments, they can't do anything. Like, all of those things are on his mind. I'm just telling you, this is what he's thinking with. He's like, those are the only two choices he has. He can't write this bill. He either has to sign it or veto it. And
he's the governor. He absolutely has huge executive authority. He's signing executive orders left and right. He's doing what he wants to do.
The argument made from Rob, I think, is sound. He could have vetoed this. The argument made from the lieutenant governor is not. The argument made by the Republicans in the General Assembly is not sound. And this is where the issue is. And for the lieutenant governor, sounding like a progressive is not a way to convince people of your conservative bona fides. If he doesn't sign it, everything will collapse. Well, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Not signing it is what people wanted. Not signing it is saying this is not what we do. There's a lack of leadership here. And yes, no doubt Governor Braun takes these hits, and these Republicans should take these hits. And I only hope that that will grow in terms of how dare you raise these taxes. But Lieutenant Governor, you want to make excuses for this? Using a line from the liberal left? Okay, we're going to remember that one for sure. Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic, Belmont past Harding Street, and northbound 65 slow from South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. We have a stall on the northeast side. It's westbound 465 after Allisonville Road. The right lane is blocked and traffic stop-and-go past the Allisonville Road interchange. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 on River Road, North Shadeland, or online drexelin.com. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a DSNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A DSNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials, too. With a Humana DSNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers good through May 31st, 2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, you're the Carfax guy.
The Carfox from Carfax.
Wow.
And you, sir, work at Tire Discounters.
I sure do.
The Carfax top-rated service center.
Oh, right. You know, a lot of that's because of our services. But people think we're just about tires.
Maybe it's your name.
Yeah?
Tire Discounters. And your jingle.
Oh, you like it?
I think it needs something.
Yeah? Like what?
Hit it. Plus brakes, oil changes, shocks, and struts, and more. Now that speaks to me.
Hammer and Nigel show, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Rob Kendall's going to flip out and go off the rails. The biggest stories in Indy and a whole lot of fun. 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, gunshots near a laundromat and what police are saying about it, and why ICE agents were called to Bloomington on Tuesday. After Fox News, right now.
It's been months in the making. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The U.S. and Ukraine have signed a deal allowing for American access to Ukraine's lucrative rare earth minerals, a U.S. investment that also recoups some of the cost of all the military aid sent to Ukraine. President Trump tells News Nation that he told Ukraine's President Zelensky when they met in Rome Saturday.
It's a very good thing if we can produce a deal that you sign it, because Russia is much bigger and much stronger. Russia is just chugging forward.
Now, the president's also still working on trade deals with numerous countries he paused tariffs on amid an economic shrinkage instead of growth.
The White House is going to great lengths to defend its trade policy. Among the latest news that the GDP shrank in the first quarter ever so slightly. President himself defending his trade policies, and many are asking how long these sweeping tariffs may last.
Fox's Mark Meredith.
The White House says its goal is clear-cut to bring more investment into the country, including from companies based in the U.S. It's put out a list of companies pledging to invest more in U.S. operations, from Apple to IBM.
Former Vice President Kamala Harris says what's going on is
the greatest man-made economic crisis in modern presidential history.
Nearly 6 months after losing the election, she also warned of a constitutional crisis if President Trump ignores court orders or Congress carrying out his agenda. While the U.S. keeps holding talks with Iran, trying to rein in its nuclear program, fear to be building weapons, this.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warning Iran it will face consequences over its support for Yemen's Houthi militants, who control northern Yemen and have been attacking ships in the Red Sea over what they say is solidarity with the Palestinians. Hegseth writing to Iran on X, "You know very well what the U.S. military is capable of, and you were warned. You will pay the consequence at the time and place of our choosing."
Fox's Lillian Wu. The U.S. has been attacking the Houthis with airstrikes since March. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Cocaine and alcohol. Rain moving out of downtown Indianapolis, where it's 68 degrees. Your high today, 72. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Pierce Jewelers. Here's what's trending at 8:02. In 2011, cops in Florida arrested 36-year-old Martin Cortez Lopez for fighting with another man, and they say at that time they found cocaine on him during booking. Cortez Lopez, a Mexican citizen, in the U.S. illegally, was deported after that arrest. 14 years later, ICE agents arrested him again Tuesday outside the Monroe County Justice Center in Bloomington, just after he left court on a new charge. A man is dead, and police are searching for the person who killed him. Indianapolis cops say they received reports of a shooting near the Laundry and Tan connection along Madison Avenue early this morning. When they got there, they found the man lying on the ground, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital, and that's where he died. The goal of Slate Auto is to make an electric truck that's affordable. They've chosen to do that in Indiana. Here's Chris Davis.
A Slate cost in the mid-20s. Brand new.
The company's CEO, Chris Barman, formerly of Chrysler Fiat.
We took out everything that wasn't a car.
That means no fancy screen, colored lighting, cooled seats, self-driving, self-parking.
The company announced Wednesday it will build its first factory in the old R.R. Donnelly printing plant west of downtown Warsaw. When the factory is done, it is expected to employ 2,000 people. That should be sometime in late 2026 when it will offer the vehicles directly to customers, also saving money. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Rain is in the forecast today, even though it's leaving downtown Indianapolis. It'll be back, says Aaron Updike at the National Weather Service.
Showers and thunderstorms will develop in the more early to mid-afternoon hours. With that, we're not expecting too much of a tornado risk, but there could be a damaging wind and isolated hail risk with that.
Periodic rainfall is expected throughout the week here in Indiana until Friday, maybe even Saturday. You may have seen that post-game scuffle after the Indiana Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks in overtime Tuesday night. John Herrick has more on that.
The father of Pacer guard Tyrese Halliburton, John Halliburton, yelled at Milwaukee Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo and waved a towel with Tyrese's face on it in Giannis's face, which caused the two to butt heads. Pacer head coach Rick Carlisle told the Fan Morning Show on Wednesday that he's addressed the situation with John.
He clearly was carried away by this moment, and he assured everyone that nothing like this will ever happen again, and I take him at his word on that.
John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:05, traffic on the 5s, and here's Matt Bear.
East side, northbound 465 slows from 70 up to Penn Pike, and we have a stall on the northeast side. It's westbound 465 after Allisonville Road. Right lane closed. Traffic slow back to Allisonville. Inbound 69 slow roll from 106th Street to 82nd. Inbound 65 slow at MLK, and northbound 65 out of the south side slows after Keystone Avenue to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Hey, good morning. Mild and muggy to start off the day today. We'll stay with mostly cloudy skies. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Maybe some of those could contain some gusty winds, some heavy rainfall, maybe a little bit of hail. Breezy as well. 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts today. Highs will be in the lower 70s. More scattered showers possible tonight, 58. And the wet weather continues on Friday. Some more scattered showers possible with highs around 72 and a change to the weekend forecast. Got this low that's going to be cut off from the main flow, so lots of clouds, scattered showers on and off Saturday into Sunday, and cooler, highs only in the lower 60s.
So my mother's listening to the show down there in the villages, right?
Okay.
Diane is listening to the show with a group of people down there, and they want to know if you have taken my advice to wear something inappropriate to Rev and what that inappropriate thing will be. So if tomorrow you could tell my mother, if you could tell Diane, this is what you're going to be wearing, she'd be very grateful.
Oh, that's very, yes. I will tell her. I think I'm going to go with the appropriate attire. I'm going to be boring.
Shocking.
Yes. I know.
I'm telling you, when we do our radio show, it's going to be gold. It's going to be
It really
gold.
is. Really is.
What is DeJuan McCoy doing? How come he's not writing checks already?
I don't know. I got to contact his people. I don't know. Do you have people?
Do I have people? I've got producer Carl. I've got Matt Bear. I've got my
That's
mom.
a lot of people. Right,
I've got
Diane.
people.
You've got people.
So no, I don't. Wait, do you have an agent?
I do not. No.
Yeah, neither do I.
No.
And that's always the argument. right? Should you or shouldn't you? Oh, now I'm curious. Hold on a second. It's 66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:08. Do we have to play any little thing here, Matt? Carl, do we have to play any little thing?
Yeah, we do.
All right, hit it quick.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County Spring Nursery Headquarters.
Miss M's Home and... Oh, you didn't play my theme? Really? All right, that's enough of that. Always play my theme. My gosh.
Lord.
Miss M's Home and Garden, lovely. Not trying to discount you. Miss M's Home and Garden, good. That would be my ad. If I was doing ads for them, that would be my ad right there. I can't believe we cut off the theme song for you. So this conversation comes up all the time.
Yeah.
Should I have an agent? So far, not having an agent has worked out pretty well for Tony. But there's a real thought that somehow having an agent in this business helps you find other opportunities. But that would mean leaving here, and that's not necessarily my desire. So
Correct.
That's the back and forth I have. Now, inside baseball, why don't you have an agent?
So I did have an agent years ago, and I fired him. Well, kind of, sort of. But, yeah, I fired him because I felt, okay, so, if you really want to go back, I think, back in the day, it was beneficial because, you're sending out resume reels, like tapes and DVDs. Now it's, online, so you could just send a link. But before, I thought, putting it all together and doing all the logistics, I wanted to have somebody else take care of that for me. And then it got to the point where I was in Dayton, Ohio for 8 years and coming up at a new contract, and I felt like he really didn't get me anything more than what I could have done on my own. So then I'm like, we're done.
So it no longer was financially beneficial
Correct.
to you to have somebody else negotiating on your behalf.
Right,
Yeah,
because I didn't feel like he got anything more than what I did, and and then he kept asking me the question of, so how much money do you make now, and where do you want to go? And I feel like you should already know this. I am one of your clients. Do you not? If I were an agent, I would have a spreadsheet with all of this information listed. When your contract expires, and I just felt like I was answering questions that he should have already known.
So you weren't a priority.
Yeah, I didn't feel. Yeah, correct.
Right.
Why are you asking me these questions that you should already know? So then I said, okay, I'm done.
So it is this kind of fascinating thing. I appreciate you actually sharing the story. It gets asked all the time, and I go over this all the time. And I have somebody I would use, and I think she's a world-class human being. I think she's excellent at her job. It's just that my world is very strange in what we've created here in Indianapolis. I just don't know if that is something that's necessary. And then the argument is, well, what if you want to get bigger? And the answer is that. What does that even mean? I can't tell you what it means. In your stage of your career, do you still look? Now it's do you look at other markets? Do you look at other places, or is it never say never, but you're not actively looking?
Yeah, it's just I think I'm comfortable with where I am right now. If there was some amazing opportunity, then I'd cross that bridge when I get there. But for right now, I'm content. And I also think too that you're your biggest advocate.
Yeah.
Right? No one is going to sell yourself more than you. So, I don't know.
So you walked into DeJuan McCoy's office and said, listen.
That's exactly what I did, right.
Tara Hastings has arrived, and Tara Hastings needs a dressing room, and Tara Hastings will not be denied. I assume you only speak about yourself in the third person. That was from the minute I met you, I'm like, that's somebody who talks about themselves in the third person.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you walked, you left, you said, Tara Hastings out. And you walked out.
That's right.
And then DeJuan McCoy said, my gosh, write this woman a check. Take it right out of Phil Sanchez's account.
Right. That's correct.
We can all agree Phil Sanchez makes too much money, right? Does he make the most money at Wish?
He needs a lot to take care of his eyebrows and his hair.
Don't mock his eyebrows. That's so wrong.
No, he does. He made the comment that he gets them waxed and threaded, bladed, or whatever that's called. I don't know.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure it's a weed whacker and a buffer at play.
Yes. Yes.
All right. We're going to talk more about your financial issues later. I got to run right now.
Okay. Have a good one.
That's Tara Hastings. I appreciate, I didn't know how other people do it. I'm curious as to how other people do it. Me, I just think the whole world can be built from here. I don't understand. Everything is possible, but we're just scratching the surface, guys. That's my take. I hope you don't mind the bit of honesty in that conversation. Interesting how she did it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Your next tree is Circle City Trees, and you just said to me, Tony, did you just say your next tree? Yeah, a tree. For your backyard, for your side yard, for your front yard, to give you some shade on the back deck. Oh, yeah, you could use a tree for that. To kind of block out a noisy or nosy neighbor. Ooh, you could use a tree for that. Really create some beauty in the backyard or some depth in the front yard. Yeah, you could use a tree guy. That's what Circle City Trees is. That's your tree guy. This full selection of mature trees that thrive right here in central Indiana. Evergreens, shade trees, fruit trees, ornamental trees, flowering trees, and all the pricing is right on the website. You know exactly what's going on. And it comes with the installation and the warranty. There's mulching. These are really, really good people. It's a fascinating service that they provide. And you head over there to Zionsville, you head over to Circle City Trees, you check out the selection. It's kind of like going to the showroom. Every tree with its own personality, its own quirks, its own style. You pick the tree that's right for you. They'll take care of the rest. Circle City Trees, yeah. You need a tree guy, and now you got one. 317-768-3005. Circle City Trees, 317-768-3005. 768-3005 or online at circlecitytrees.com.
Emmer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45
I have no
with
idea
Beer
that was-
Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Could just be me. I was just saying to producer Carl, I have no idea if anybody else found that from Tara Hastings interesting. I loved it. Matt Baer, do you have an agent?
No, I've thought about getting one, though.
Right?
Seriously.
I think you're due.
Do you have an agent?
I do not have an agent.
You want to be my agent?
Maybe. No?
I'll give you a cut.
Well, of course I'm going to get a cut if I'm your agent.
I'll buy you cigars. Davidoff.
Ooh, you even know names.
That's the only one. That and Cigarello.
Do
you want Cigarello?
Davidoff right in front of me.
Do you want Swisher Sweet or Davidoff?
I've never liked you less. Do some traffic.
Northbound 65 slow out the north split because of a stall in the exit ramp to West Street. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Northeast side westbound 465 after Allisonville Road. Right lane is blocked. A little bit of a slowdown there as you make your way through your stall. And then inbound 65 slow from MLK to 21st Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 65 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
You often hear the 4 C's of diamonds: color, clarity, cut, and carat weight, and how the direct diamond importers are bigger, better, and cheaper with no competition. Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's family-owned jewelry store, wants to take you on the trust side of the jewelry industry. The 4 E's: education, experience, equipment, and expertise. Pierce Jewelers' team has over 200 years of jewelry experience along with their state-of-the-art equipment. Their expertise isn't just sales, but in jewelry and watch repair, appraisals, gemology, and custom design, all done in-house. The diamond world has changed. Pierce carries a vast selection of mined and lab-grown diamonds and can educate you on both and will help you save your hard-earned money. Pierce Jewelers has some of the most unique and exquisite pieces of colored stone or diamond jewelry. Many are one-of-a-kind custom-designed pieces. Pierce Jewelers is proof their family-owned jewelry store in Carmel can compete in today's world. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Mother's Day's almost here. Sundown Gardens is fully stocked with high-quality annuals, trees, shrubs, decor, and more. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, sundowngardens.com.
This Cinco de Mayo, make it Hiatus Tequila. Smooth, flavorful, and crafted for those who appreciate the finer things in life.
Hiatus Tequila. Ask for it at your favorite liquor store. Must be 21 to purchase.
This week we're celebrating the most successful first 100 days of any administration in American history. We're thrilled to welcome to the White House dozens of the world top leaders of all kinds, but in particular business leaders. And since the election, the companies represented in this room have collectively announced more than $2 trillion in new investments, and we have a total of close to $8 trillion all told.
The idea that Trump's first 100 days are some abject failure is a very odd argument. But it's the only argument that the political left has. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you, including Jen Psaki's absolutely horrific argument, I would argue, made on Stephen Colbert's show.
I don't think of myself as a naive political person, but I think this is far worse than I thought it was going to be. It is far worse than the first term, because now he is running, again, he tells you often what he's thinking and where his head is at. And he said earlier this week in an interview that came out in The Atlantic that he's not just running the country, but the world. That's how he sees his job.
Vladimir Putin might disagree.
Vladimir Putin might disagree.
Xi Jinping might disagree.
He might also disagree, but the point is he now is unchecked. He now sees himself as not subject to consequences. That is the lesson he's learned politically over the last 10 years. And that is why he thinks he's running on a mandate, which, by the way, he doesn't have. He did not get 50% of the vote, and his poll numbers are going down.
They keep wanting to talk about polling. Go ahead. The Democrats poll worse. Donald Trump is so terrible, and the Democrats are worse. Now what? And as for the idea of mandate, everybody claims a mandate. It doesn't matter. 77 million people voted for the deportation of illegal immigrants, and they want to see more of it, not less. And when some fakakta nonsense district judge says you can't do that without a warrant, as if somehow the president of the United States can't engage immigration policy, that judge should be denied. Goodbye. We don't pay any attention to you. Well, you don't believe in the Constitution, Tony. I believe that the president has rights, and there are certain things under the president's purview, and some district court judge doesn't outweigh the rules or the thoughts of 77 million people who voted for the president to be able to engage immigration policy. And if we're going to talk about no consequences, judges make rulings, and so far he's gone along with the rulings. So silly. But when you have nothing, what else does one expect? Meanwhile, you have Tulsi Gabbard shutting down an office that she describes as a slush fund for DEI. It was the closure of the Intelligence Community Human Capital Office. She is the Director of National Intelligence, is Tulsi Gabbard. She said it was a slush fund. We discovered this human capital office that was essentially a slush fund for DEI initiatives hidden under the guise of human capital that closed down this morning. This was during a cabinet meeting yesterday, saving taxpayers $150 million, along with $2.6 billion in savings from contracts and programs, quote, that do nothing to ensure our national security interests. Saving the American people money, engaging these deportations, lowering the amount of people crossing the border illegally, which her president, Joe Biden, did not do. People see these 100 days as rather successful. Not perfect. Not perfect. I would say that. But successful indeed. Over at IU, there's a story of Maria McComish. Maria McComish is facing intimidation charges, and someone sent me the actual court document from this. She sent Christmas cards to the IU Board of Trustees saying that you need to disclose and divest the university from any ties with Israel. Right? These Hamas-loving, terrorist-loving bigots, they're out there completely, and they do this everywhere. And the card read, you have until January 13th to meet these demands, or we will escalate to match the severity of the situation. We will not rest until you are no longer complicit. Sincerely, the IU Divestment Coalition. I would like now to say to the IU Divestment Coalition, if you want to threaten people, you're certainly more than welcome to, but there are consequences. McComish is facing intimidation charges in Hamilton County, Monroe County, and Hendricks County. I hope she goes to jail for a good long time. I don't know why you think that you get to threaten people. What moral authority do you have? Supporting of terrorism? Supporting of destruction? I think we should fight. And there's a pretty large Jewish community at IU. And I'm not quite sure if they're of the fighting kind. And I'm not quite sure of the campus, whether or not it's of the fighting kind. They seem to be very clear that they should be able to gather on the quad and engage in all sorts of bigotry, but I don't know if they're of the right fighting kind. I don't know. I don't want to disparage. I just don't have the answer. And I'm trying to clean up for radio where I am on some of these people. These pseudo tough guys like Maria McComish here, part of the IU Divestment Coalition. You're not a divestment coalition. You're a bunch of thugs who think you can threaten people into doing what you want. And the answer is, we should fight you. You should lose. We should win. Because if it's Israel divestment today, what is it tomorrow? Where you think you can threaten your way into success. I think we should fight you. And I'm just curious if there are people within the IU world who are actually interested in a fight that will ensure that debate takes place and intimidation won't. Just curious. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, Tony, looking at the northeast side, westbound 465. It's a stall after Allisonville Road and a little bit slow back to the Allisonville Road interchange. Still have a stall on the exit from northbound 65 to West Street. That ramp is open. It is partially blocked and a slowdown on northbound 65 coming out of the north split. And the slowdown starts around Michigan Street to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Nikki Kelly from the Indiana Capital Chronicle will be with us to discuss the big winners and losers of the 2025 session.
Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Have you heard about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation? Your neighbor Bruce did.
Well, the project I was wanting to accomplish was my driveway. I wanted to see if I could get something that looked halfway decent, that would last a while. We also had a side patio surface redone.
Garage, basements, patios, sidewalks, driveways, Galaxy will transform your surface in as little as one day.
The crew was very, very good, excellent. The end result was just super. It is non-slippable surface. I get this if you want to make sure you're not going to have any people slipping or sliding when it rains.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The end result was just super. It was very easy to keep this surface clean. I had tire tracks all over it, and I just took out my hose, sprayed it down, and it looks just like new again.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
JMV here from SM's Home and Garden in Bargersville and Sundown Gardens in Westfield. May has arrived and Mother's Day is approaching. Spring flowers are on full display, and you have to see the selection. Miss M's Home and Garden at Sundown Gardens are fully stocked with great annuals, trees, shrubs, decor, and more. Get an early jump on Mother's Day. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. SundownGardens.com. Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135 in Bargersville. MissM'sHomeandGarden.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Chocolate lovers are going absolutely bananas over our new Bluebell Banana Fudge. Rich milk chocolate ice cream swirled with a scrumptious banana-flavored ice cream. Your favorite banana fudge bar, now in a carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He says the government is doing the right thing for the right reason. There's nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 67 degrees. Your high today, 71. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
I'm not mad at the tariffs and the barriers.
That's Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent on Fox News.
And the currency manipulations that the other countries were doing. I just wonder how it went on for 4 or 5 decades.
Bessent says by enacting reciprocal tariffs, President Trump is putting America's first, something that other leaders didn't do in the past. Right now, there's a pause on matching tariffs with other countries. China is the only country not included in that pause. And even though the White House says talks are happening, China says that's not true. You may have heard the president mention one big, beautiful bill, which is a plan to turn his executive orders into law. Fox's Ryan Schmelz says Senator Lindsey Graham is now looking for spending cuts to make that happen.
I think the only way you're going to do that is be able to go into the
to the programs that are being abused and fix them.
Republicans are eyeing additional work requirements for able-bodied people on Medicaid, which they believe could save the government hundreds of billions of dollars. While work requirements have unity among the party, some are threatening to vote against any budget resolution that cuts essential services.
And Trump says in the coming weeks and months, he plans to push for the biggest tax cuts in American history that include no taxes on tips, Social Security, or overtime. Fathers are often proud of their children. John Herrick reports on one man who acknowledged that he went a bit too far.
After the Indiana Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks Tuesday night, Pacer guard Tyrese Halliburton's dad, John Halliburton, went out onto the floor and started waving a flag and taunting Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo. That caused a minor scuffle where the two of them had to be broken up. Pacer head coach Rick Carlisle addressed the situation in a Wednesday morning interview on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan's morning show.
You know, I spoke to John Halliburton last night. He was very contrite about what happened.
John said he got caught up in the moment and he shouldn't have acted that way. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A library is normally a quiet place, but not Wednesday in Seymour. Chris Davis reports one man is in custody after a call about a shooting at the Jackson County Library around noon.
Sergeant Stephen Wheelis says a person at the library on the second floor where the shooter made his way is responsible for actually holding him.
Just a patron of the library approached him and was able to tackle him and to hold him there until police officers arrived.
The person who was hurt was hit by flying glass and was the circulation attendant at the desk. The suspect is 18-year-old Emiliano Cuevas Bravo of Seymour, charged with 2 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Fever tip off their preseason this weekend against the Washington Mystics. Then they head to Iowa City for an exhibition game against the Brazilian national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Caitlin Clark's old home court. The Pacers looking back, but definitely looking forward as they get ready for a second-round matchup with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Rick Carlisle says it took everything they had to beat the Bucks.
We had guys that got experience with that kind of pressure and haven't had that kind of toughness and resilience. All those ingredients go into the mix when a team pulls off what our guys pulled off today.
And the Cavs are the top seed in the East. They advanced by beating the Heat in the closing game by 57 points. Sunday's game does not have a start time yet. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, looking at westbound 70. This is at the beginning of the North Split, a crash where the interstate split, and it's on the left shoulder at the off-ramp to northbound 65, that flyover ramp, and right now we are slow back to Rural Street. Northbound 65-70 still struggling before Michigan Street through the North Split out to Meridian Penn, and then there's a stall on the exit ramp from northbound 65 to west. That ramp is open. It's just partially blocked right now. On the east side, looking at a stall. No, this is crash northbound 4. It's just coming in. Northbound 465 at East 71st Street on the northeast side. Crash blocking the left lane, causing stop-and-go traffic past Penn Pike to I-70. More on that coming up at 8:45 with traffic on the 5s. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it?
Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight.
Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Dow futures right now up 291. NASDAQ futures up 337. you've got Microsoft and Meta doing pretty well on earnings, and you have the possibility of a trade deal with India, which is going to make people feel good. Trump saying, hey, I'm not in a rush to get this thing done. It'll be done when it's done. The market will be fine. And I go back to that thing from Byron York, which is perfect. I was going to get into this, but he just handled it so well. If you take a look at the stock market in the month of April, it's down 1,200. If that means it went down 300 points a week, all those wild gesticulations, we talked about everything. And people absolutely would be like, hey, this is problematic. And we said, yeah, but we don't know what the future is going to be, and I'm certainly not going to panic over it. Down 1,200 in a month. It's not the end of civilization. By the way, weekly jobless claims are up to 241,000. And there are people who are concerned about recession. You see GDP down 0.3, and you're like, this is all bad news. Is it transitory? Gosh, what a terrible word. Can't believe the administration would get close to using it. Or is it indeed an anomaly of people buying before the tariffs? And for the people who say tariffs don't have any effect on Americans, General Motors just lowered their 2025 guidance. We have seen this from American Airlines and Delta, I believe it is, saying we can't give you any guidance. We have no idea what's going to happen. Everybody's nuts. So they expect a $4 to $5 billion impact as a result of the auto tariffs. Can we just please admit that tariffs have an effect on all of us? That's all. Also admit that people are making huge investments into the United States. Two conversations can happen at the same time. And then, utilizing honesty, we can decide whether or not this had value or didn't, or could have handled another way that could have brought more value with less downside. You're going to get me to believe that the rollout wasn't terrible? Rollout was awful. Tariffs based on trade deficits and not based on tariffs? Ridiculous. Refocusing to China? I think that was Scott Bessent and the Treasury Secretary, and was the right move. Vietnam, South Korea, Japan, we said that. We added India. These are where the trade deals have to come from, and really the removal of tariffs. And what are we hearing? South Korea, Japan, and India now have deals. This changes. If the deal is complete and the tariff is removed, now you have something. What else did we say? The only way out is through. I want the best for the country. I don't think it had to have happened this way, but I hope there's a solid result. And the market is saying, we're not happy, but it's not the end of civilization. I'm much more concerned about Midwest Main Street. That's dealing with the reality of not being able to bring in product from overseas because of the tariffs. Meanwhile, oil prices are down $57.10 on the West Texas crude, $60 flat on the Brent crude, and the 10-year Treasury is down because of all this to 4.129. The world is crazy, but we do not have to be. That's why I bring you the Tony Katz TK Thursday Music Moment. I do it every Thursday, brought to you by the good people at Kill a Dent Removal. KillaDentRemoval.com. You got the door dings, you got issues with hail. Kill a Dent Removal comes to you, gets rid of all of those dents. Everything is beautiful when they are done. KillaDentRemoval.com. That's who you talk to. You can find them over there, KillaDentRemoval.com. And we've got, on Thursdays, we play a little tune. We take a moment. We relax, we take a breath, and then we get back to the fight. That's what we do. And it's a good way just to recharge. So what I say to you right now is roll down your windows in your car, turn up your speakers, grab yourself a drink, whatever it is. I am not here to judge. And this week for the TK, Tony Katz Thursday Music Moment, I didn't go too far in the well, but maybe for some people, I went to the year 2000. And it is May 1st. And the only thing I can tell you is that it is the month of May. The only thing I can tell you is that it's going to be May. You know where I'm going. It's in sync. Producer Carl, hit it.
Ooh, yeah. You might been hurt, babe. Oh. comes a day when I'll be the one you see. It's gonna be me. All that I do is not enough for you. I don't wanna lose it, but I'm not like that. When finally you get to love, every little thing I do never seems enough for you. You don't wanna lose it again.
It's gonna be May. And of course, that means the Indianapolis 500 and WIBC is the place to listen to the race. The finest call of the Indianapolis 500 humanly possible happens right here at 93.1 FM WIBC. You are going to want to listen to all of it. Thrilled to be able to do that pre-race coverage with JMV. I will be out there, the bad arm and all, the cigars ready to go. I won't be able to cut and light for you. You'll have to do that on your own. But we'll be ready. We'll be ready. We will start at 6 a.m. and it will be stupendous. And Matt Bear with the traffic to get you to the track on time. And, of course, everything post-race. So you can get all the updates, all the everything. It's WIBC all day, all night, all the time. Pants optional. We've got the Indy 500, guys. It's the month of May. Let's go do something fun. Matt Bear has traffic.
Northeast side crash, northbound 465 at I-69. Left lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go back to I-74. 15-minute delay. Crash in the north split. It's westbound 70 at the start of the off-ramp to northbound 65, that flyover that takes you into downtown. There's a crash, and it is partially blocking that exit ramp. It's on the left shoulder right now. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. For all you people who didn't like the NSYNC song, you loved it. You're just complaining online. You loved it. You were tapping your toes. We know who you are. We see you. The time is 8:46.
Think of it as WIBC on 2x speed. Big opinions, great moments, and just enough chaos. The WIBC Mashup Podcast brings it all together in one fast, fun listen. New episode each weekday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
The Attorney General's office reunites Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. The question is, have you gotten yours? IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It is simple to use, fast, easy, and free to search. So 1 in 7 Americans has unclaimed property. You had a final paycheck that never made it to you. You had a small checking account that you forgot about. A dividend. You had an insurance refund. There's a whole bunch of things that could be coming back to you, and they can't find you. They don't know where you moved to. They don't know where to forward it. So they send it to the Attorney General's office. And that is why the Attorney General set up IndianaUnclaimed.gov, right? We're talking about your unclaimed property, not houses or boats or cars. We're talking about your money. It's yours. It's not free money. It's your money. And it's waiting there for you. So you go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov. You put in your information, fast, easy, free. And then you can find out, hey, how do I get my money? And boom, bop, bip. Next thing you know, you've got a check. You can actually text my name, Tony, to 46220 or Tony Katz, however you like to do it. Text to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to search. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it.
This May, you've got a chance to see what an IndyCar driver's dream garage really looks like. WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Rahal Performance, a high-octane hangout where racing meets luxury. Hammer and Nigel sit down with Graham for great stories, laughs, and insights from someone who grew up on the hallowed grounds of the IMS. But this backstage pass to speed, style, and surprises is sold out. The only place to register to win tickets is WIBC.com.
Matt Bear here for Concrete Exteriors. Have recent storms caused damage to your roofing or siding? Concrete Exteriors is now offering free inspections to assess the condition of your home. There's more rain and wind coming in. From blown-offs to full replacements, Concrete Exteriors knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new as fast as possible. Help your home find the fountain of roof. Trust the company that was here before the storm and will be long after. Schedule your consultation at 317-ROOFING. That's 317-ROOFING, or visit concreteexteriors.com. Referred for a reason for over 15 years.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a DSNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A DSNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials, too. With a Humana DSNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Oh, come on! It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? And I guess producer Carl decided to give me a gimme.
Sometimes you have to get a gimme.
This is a gimme. Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl chooses a television theme song. I have to guess what it is. And as you know, I am an expert on all things Hasselhoff.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I didn't know he had that, by the way. Well played. Well played. This is the theme to Knight Rider. I mean, it's not even fair. It's not even fair. Even Matt Bear would have gotten that right. Casey Daniels would have gotten that right. Factual. Straight up fact. We play every single day. What the heck is that TV theme song? Sponsorship's now available. So you could be a part of that right there. And so you should. So you should. On Tony Katz today, I'm going to be talking with Dr. Matt Will, economist, University of Indianapolis, breaking down these GDP numbers in every which way so we all understand it. I'm exhausted by narrative. I pay no attention to these people. All of them. Sizzling hot garbage. What do the numbers actually tell us? Why did the GDP go down 0.3 in the first quarter? What is the tariff effect, good and bad? What does today's number mean for tomorrow? We're going to discuss it. Then there's this story from Marco Rubio. I don't know if you missed this from the cabinet meeting yesterday. Marco Rubio says that the State Department was keeping a dossier on Americans, and there was a dossier on one of the members of the cabinet. There was an office in the Department of State whose job it was to censor Americans. There's at least one person at this table today who had a dossier in that building of social media posts to identify them as purveyors of disinformation. That is your government working against you. And all these people who talk disinformation, the answer is more communication. The answer is more ability to speak, not less. And all these people who are desperate to keep you from speaking, keep you from communicating, they need to be fought aggressively. That is to say, the political left needs to be fought aggressively because they want to censor people. All their disinformation talk is to keep you from speaking. Dismissed. We will have that story as well. And then China is blaming the United States for COVID. I'm telling you right now, President Trump, I know you listen to the show. Don't pay them back. They've taken their money. They took it when they lied about COVID and sold us PPE. They took it when they steal intellectual property. We don't owe them a dime. Stop paying them. We're responsible for COVID? Oh, honey. Good Lord. Matt Bear has got traffic. I'll catch you guys at noon. What's up, Matt?
All right, Tony. Crash on the northeast side is northbound 465 and I-69 on the left shoulder. And we have a slowdown going through there, and then northbound 465 slow from 70 past to Penn Pike and again at East 56th Street. Crash approaching the north split. It's northbound 65 right at the top of the flyover ramp to northbound 65 from westbound 70. Okay, it's on the left shoulder right now, causing a slowdown as you make your way through. No delay here at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 in River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group. But before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. And when Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. Every pre-owned Corolla,